Hi, teacher. Hope you're okay. Welcome to our podcast talking about experiences facing life changes. My team is Emily Najat, and I'm Jauregui. So, the topic will be divided into different sections. The first one, we are going to give our opinion about the topic and so on. So, first, in my opinion, I think that everyone in their life has lived through experience that changed their life for a good or for a bad way. I mean, it's a pretty common topic. In my experience, one experience that made me change my life in some way, it was when my father passed away and when I traveled to Europe. So they're like two different experiences with two different emotions. One is good and one is bad. But I think that everything has a purpose, and without that experiences, I might not be the same person as I am today.
My opinion, it is the loss of some you love. Losing a love on the car forces you to go back to the same jet profound message to life to the full fest. Loss comes in many different forms. There are many ways to break, but facing loss with on prepares on your for future happiness and makes you result. It often requires introspection, communication, empathy, and forgiveness. Circumstance vary from one loss to another, but moving forward in possible direction is key.
Alright, so in this section of the podcast, we are going to talk about experiences facing life changes in Mexico and in English speaking countries. So I will talk about the 9/11 event in New York in United States for the English speaking country. I think that was a really big experience that changed a lot of lives, not just the people affected. I mean, there was a lot of changes in aviation and in security and with the families of the people that got affected in the crash. So that is one really big experience in my point of view, facing a life change, and not just one, I mean a lot, because every person has a different life and every person is different. But in my opinion, that could be a really big experience facing life changes in talking about English speaking country.
My opinion, the LGBT. In June is the month of pride of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans people, LGBT. And in occasion that the sex to being called the diversity of sexual orientation and gender identities. In Mexico, the LGBT community face high levels of discrimination in many of the living environments. Pride Month is also an opportunity to make visible this situation that in addition to begin and violation of their rights limits development and use of people talents. The discrimination that LGBT people face begin in their family environment. 92% of LGBT adolescents had to hide their sexual orientation and or gender identities for their family. As in Mexico City this year, a very big animation march about these people who strong to their respect and accept in the same society. It was very emotional, although there were centered need stranger things.
Of the podcast, we're going to debate about the research question. So, what do you think about does our past shape our present and our future?
My opinion, your past does not define your future, but it centrally helps to shape it into consequence or self-consequence. Nobody can predict the future and what it will bring. But it is important to recognise that the only way you can plan for the future is by dreaming on your memories of the past.
So, contrasting a little bit with your opinion, I personally think that in fact our past might affect our future or our present, because as I said before, I have lived through experiences that I think that make me be the person that I am today. So I personally strongly think and agree that those experiences change my life and affect my future and my present. So yes. So in conclusion, I think that this is a very ambiguous topic. So there could be a lot of opinions and debates about this. So I don't think that there is a right or wrong answer to all of this. So thank you, teacher, for listening to our podcast, and the end.